Hi ladies, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial of Picmonkey and how it works. So you do not need to have an account and you don't need to pay anything. It's completely free. However, I do have an account because it offers more fonts and more fun stuff to play with. And it was a one-time, I think it was like $30 for the year. So, it's a business expense and I'm just going to write it off. But you can do design, or you can make, let me go back. Sorry. You can edit a picture. You can do a touch-up, which I've never done, but I assume you can, like, whiten teeth and get rid of red eye and all that fun stuff. You can design, which is what I do for most of my graphics, and then you can create a collage. So I'll show you the collage first, since it's a little bit easier. So say you wanted to do a collage of a pattern that is not easy to see. So this one, and then you click Open Photos again, and I'm going to click the close-up. And then what you can do is you can just X out. If you only want 3, or if you only want 2, you can X out. Oops. I'm going to put the dress here. I'm going to put the close-up here. And you can zoom in closer. So then you can only see the print. A lot of people do that. That way it catches your eye. And then here you can close out or you can leave it open. And some people say I just wanted the dress here. Oops. You can make it bigger. And then just the dress is in the picture. And then what you can do here is you can add another picture. And put extra small here. So that way when people, okay, I don't know why the zoom didn't stick. That way when they see the dress, they can see the close-up pattern and they can see the size and then they can see the far away. And then you're just going to click save. And then you can save it as whatever you want. So maybe really extra small collage. And then that's it. And like it says here, you can, once you save it, you can re-edit over and over again with more overlays, which I've never done, but you can do that. So let's go back to Picmonkey. Oops, not Pinterest. And let's do design. So let's create a graphic. Let's do a legging blitz. I've done this before, so it'll be easy for me to remember. You choose a color of your canvas, like this color. Hit apply. And then what I like to do is, these are all the tools you can use. So effects is going to change the color of the canvas. You can see the color changing right here, depending on what you're clicking on. The best way to be familiar with this is to go in and just spend some time on this website, like that color. And then you can hit apply. So that effect is going to change the color of the background. And then what I like to do is go to here where it says textures. And I like to choose a texture. So if you click on them, you can go from one to the next. And then you can click the different patterns they have. One of my favorites is chalkboard. So I'm going to show you that. The paint right here, this affects what is on the canvas. So the brush size, if you make it bigger, let's mess with that. No, that's not what I'm thinking at all. I'm sorry. Right here, the effect. Saturation. This is going to make it less pink and more white. You can change that to whatever color you want. And then the fade. The fade is going to affect the white that is here from the chalkboard. So if you do it more faded, you can see the chalk less. And if you do it less faded, you can see the chalk more. I'm going to do right about in the middle. Well, let's stick it 30. You always want to hit apply. You can do a border if you want. Like I said, just honestly, I would just go through and click all of them just to see what they look like. Let's stick with simple edge. And apply. And overlays. So this is like a sticker. Like you're sticking a sticker onto the canvas. You can do geometric, which has different shapes. You can do hearts. Bubbles. So you could do like, you could create a graphic where, you know, you put a UPS man on the screen here. And you put a little conversation bubble. And you could say, initial order is on its way, or I'm being delivered next Friday, or you can do fun stuff like that with these little conversation bubbles, and you can make them bigger too. So you can type more in here. But I don't want that, so I'm going to delete that. I like to use the Victorian labels because I think they're fun. So since we're doing leggings, let's make this bigger. Stick it in the middle. And then you can change the color if you'd like. I like black and pink contrasted, so I'm going to keep that. But up here, we'll change the color of what the black is. Oh, that's not black anymore. And then this white will change the color of the white on the outside. And then once you're done with that, you can click the T, and that's the text. So let's do Eraser Dust. It's one of my favorite fonts. Just type whatever you want to type, and you can come over here and change the color. You can change the size. Oh, let's not go crazy. You can center it. And then you can move it and change where it's located. So if you wanted to do another text box with something else, you could do that. So let's do that also here. Once it's blue, it means it's highlighted and you can change it. And let's center this too. And this is just a really thrown together thing. But you could really spend a lot of time here and make it really clean and crisp, or you can, you know, play with the different fonts. It'll change when you click it. The ones with the crown, you have to have paid for it. But most of them you aren't required to pay. So then you're going to do the same thing, save. And save it whatever you want to save it. I'm not going to save it because I don't really need it. I'm going to show you how I use Picmonkey in order to create flyers and events for people's pop-ups. So I'm going to go back to design. I'm going to do open. Invites. And let's choose this one. So you get all of these from the assets section of Audrey. And what you do is, there's a description of this in assets about how you can use Picmonkey and which fonts they allow us to use or which fonts they want us to use. They're really easy to remember. So you just download the picture, you upload it here using open, and then you go to text. LuLaRoe wants us to use RNS Camellia or Tall, Dark, and Handsome. One of the two. Those are the two fonts they want us to use because who knows what reason. It's just on a document. If you were to use assets to figure out how to create one of these instead of my tutorial, those are the two fonts that would be listed. So you can add text. Let's say the date is the date of the party is Saturday, March 26th. Sixth, 2016. You can change the color of the font, and then you can change the size of the font. And you can either drag this, or you can type in here. So let's do 120 for now. Let's add another text. And you can do it all in the same text box. You can just hit enter each time to start a new line. But it doesn't always space out the right way depending on size. So for me, it's just easier if I do 4 text boxes. You can always go back to the text box that you were previously editing. So let's do 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Let's change this. And I don't like the hyphen of Tall, Dark, and Handsome, so I just go and pick a new hyphen that's more centered because it bothers me. And then, like I said, if you click out of the box, you're done. If you click the text, you can edit it again. This is going to pop back up. When this is here, it means you can edit it. Like I said, just make sure it's highlighted. Oops. Because if it's not highlighted and you try to change it and you end up going like this, it's going to move the box. So you want to make sure you're clicked inside the box to edit it. Oh, well, no, we won't do an online party, so we'll just say Ashley's house. Oops. And with the text all the uniform size, it looks clean, it looks professional, it looks good. And you can even line it up so it's all the same. So they all start like right along the same line right here. Oops, that didn't go. There we go. And we're done. So you just created a flyer. It takes less than 5 minutes. If you really want to make it fancy, you can. If you end up not liking Tall, Dark, and Handsome and you want to do RNS Camellia, you can do that. Just change the size. And this is what it would look like here. Whichever you want to do, you can do. We just recommend that you use one of those 2 fonts. And then you just save it the same way. You click Save. And here, I like to title them. So DN invite. And then you click Save. And then it's easy to go into your folder. And you can send to your hostess. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Sorry, I could hear the dogs fighting in the other room or playing or whatever they were doing. So I save it with that name. That way when I go into my folder, I know whose it is for what date, and I don't confuse it with other invites. And that's pretty much it for Picmonkey. Like I said, the best thing to do is just go in and play with everything the best way you can. Looks like these effects are for someone's face. And yeah, it's pretty simple. You don't, like I said, you don't have to pay for it. You can just use the free version. And if you have any questions, let me know.